meeting to order, the Village in Woburn Lake Parks and Rec, August 23rd, 7 o'clock meeting, the Village Hall. And shall we please say the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I pray we may say that for continuing generations. Okay, thank you very much. May we please have roll call?
Longfrey.
Here.
Jeremy.
Here.
Miller.
Here.
Jericho.
Here.
Ingram.
Here.
Trongo.
Here.
Frankovich. McCain.
Here.
Clark.
Okay, and Diane said that she would be a little bit late, but she's on her way. Okay, approval of agenda and additions. I'd like to make one addition, please, and thank you. Under new when the cornrow stuff is taken out and brought over to Clara Miller, don't plan on returning it here to the village. So what we need to do is start thinking about getting some shelving, be it used, be it new. I gave some figures from Menards, which was like $70 for a four-tier shelving. The bins were running about $19, $20, and then Mark had said that there was a place where that Andy had told him that we could get some used shelving, but we need to start thinking about it because at the corn roast, the stuff will be going into the cubicle with or without shelves. So, and we don't have to worry about the funding. We find the shelves, we submit the bill to our treasurer, and then at that point, he will figure out where it's going to come from.
So you want to put that under new business?
Do you have to make a motion to add that,
Yeah,
right?
Shelving under new
All right,
business?
so I should have just said shelving, because that's the whole deal. That's the whole spiel, sorry about that. You want to just vote on it now? No. Okay, sorry about that, yes, okay.
So motion to approve the minutes?
With the
I mean,
addition.
sorry, the agenda with the
With the
addition
addition.
of shelving under new business?
And bins and tins, yes.
Second.
Do we need a roll call, or can we just say, all in favor, say aye? Everybody, anybody nay?
Aye. All in favor, say aye.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
No nays? All right. Okay, and we approve we need an approval of the minutes of the July 19th meeting. We do not have a work session minute to approve this time. We will have to approve it next month, as it wasn't.
No, well, this is the July one, not the August.
Yeah, but this work session, we don't have that one.
We have the July ones.
The July corn
We have the
roast work
July
session,
ones.
not the
That's
August.
what's on here, not the
Right,
August
okay,
ones.
all righty. So if we could have
We can
an
approve both
approval
of those.
and I feel like a long-tailed cat in a room full of rockers every time I do this. I don't know why, but it should get better. Okay, so could we have an approval of the minutes of July 19th?
I approve the minutes for July 19, 2021.
Second.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, how about approval of the minutes July 12th, 2021 work sessions?
Approval for the minutes of July 12th work section.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
No nays? Okay. Motion carried. Okay, the communications to the boards. We have a couple, want to welcome Cody. Thank you for applying to the board. Some new young blood at the board. Thank you, thank you. And then Mitchell, you have a couple new appointments.
Yeah, I do.
What are your achievements?
Water board.
Water board,
yeah.
congratulations. Are you on
Thank you.
planning too, or no?
No.
Okay, so water board, well, thank you for stepping up again and
Yeah.
adding your name somewhere else.
Zoning and water board now, so.
Okay,
two
so well,
of them.
you're young and
Maybe,
you can
maybe
handle it.
planning, we'll see with planning, I don't know yet.
Well, thank you. You're young and you can handle it. And then Mrs. Catherine Duff, she's going to be our commerce liaison, so congrats to her for stepping up to the plate. We now have it'd be nice to kind of bridge the two somehow to, and Cody, again, thank you. We have a new board member again, and so that's about it. I wanted to say one other thing about Richardson Center. We have the best Richardson Center thing for anything to do with seniors. I cannot plug it enough. Transportation, $2 each way for Commerce of Wolverine. Meals on Wheels, $3 hot, 2 bags. body fitness, yoga, tai chi. They have book clubs. They have lawyers that come in for financial estates, Medicare, anything. They have bingo, knit, workshop. They have art. It's everything that a senior could actually, and if you cannot get there, they have a Meals on Wheels plan too that you can call and they will deliver. So I mean, that is one of the best facilities I think our taxes ever supported, seriously. But that's my opinion. But anyways, that is the last of the opening. Anybody have anything to say, or? Okay, call to public. Okay, no call to public. Thank you, Kelly, it's nice to see you. There's still a chair here. Chuckle, chuckle, okay. Okay, new business. That was to do with the, okay, so what we need to do is make a motion to either purchase things from Menards, or Mark, if you want to see about the used, it doesn't have to be brand new to put
I can
stuff
send you
in.
the company,
Okay.
shelving systems company, and see, because they're just on Martin, I think,
Okay,
so they're pretty close.
and then the Tupperware things, you can go, I mean, some of these things are pretty horrible. I would like to, I don't know about anybody else, but instead of getting the kinds that you just kind of flip up, the kinds that you have the handle, you bring down and lift it up, and then because it secures it also when you're lifting.
Locks it?
Locks it. I kind of like that idea. I don't know about anybody else. It makes it a little more secure in lifting. The top doesn't come off, and but there she is.
Oh, I'm breathing. I thought we were going to the park. Brought my blanket.
Okay, so I will check into that. I will email each one of you then some of the things that I've gotten.
Do we need to say a specific amount of how many shelving bins that we need?
We have 8 in here.
8
We
bins
have,
as of now.
and we have
that's
8
the
for
price?
shelvers in here, but that's not including the DPW stuff for cornrows. That's just this stuff.
How much is there within the DPW for the corners? Do we need to move that too?
Well, I talked with Andy. There's a lot of stuff over there. And then that's going to have to also incorporate into our little building in Claire Miller as an addition to this. This is minor compared to what's over in the
Is there going to
garage.
be enough room for that with the new?
That's what we're going to have to figure out. But I figure we're going to need at least 8. But then you have to figure it's a 20 by
8 bins
30.
or 8 shelving?
8 shelvings minimum, and then we can go through these bins. We're gonna, some of them are like pretty crappy. They're just, they're ripping, and if we're gonna do it, let's do it upright. And then they can all be loaded right, labeled right, and placed in right so that everything is orderly.
Who's gonna install them?
Well, I have an air gun that shoots staples
Okay.
into the,
So we install them, okay.
yes.
If, I was just gonna offer if any, if we need help
Okay.
doing that and I like moving stuff, whatever, I can help out, so. I know how to work on things and.
Well, this we have
and
some
stuff.
time with. The cornrows, that's the immediate thing that we would be putting right in there. So if we can get something to
Okay.
kind of, or if not, then we're just gonna have to stick it all in there, set up a time, move it all back out, put in the shelving, put it all back in. I would rather have something pulled together before then so that it's somewhat in order.
Okay.
So then I would like at least 8 shelving and maybe 10 bins. I can text you guys the prices. I know at Menards, 4 shelving, steel shelving runs about $80. So it's 640. And then the bins run about $20, the big. So if we got, say 5 at least, we can always go more. That's 100, so that's about 960, something like that. We're keeping under 1,000, but we gotta get some shelving anyway. So I'll check also, so that's the game plan for Menards. And then I'll check into the other place to see how much of a greater deal we'll get. So do I have your opinion, okay to, or Mark, do you wanna go and we'll pick up whichever's the
Well,
cheapest?
my only thing is if we have to put the tents in there, they don't really fit on these kinds of shelves. Plus, they have their poles, which are somewhere 6 to 8 feet long.
Mhm.
So you're gonna have issues of how do we fit the tents in there effectively, and then also get them out of there when we need them.
without, having to drag them out to, because we don't want to put any stress on somebody's back. So I think you need to really work with Andy a little bit in making sure that we have a proper setup in that room so that we know where things are, we can effectively access them, and more importantly, get them back out of the room. It's one thing if it's something in a bin that we use all the
Right.
time, it's quite the other when it's something that is 200-300 pounds.
Well, I did
It's
ask him
hard
that
to
today.
move. So we're gonna have to kind of coordinate with him a little bit
Mm-hmm.
on all of that, and then also figuring out, once we put the freezer in there and things, and some of these other things,
And you lose
are
8
we gonna
inches.
have sufficient spacing to put in, say, 8 shelves, plus the tents, plus the other parts of the tents? Because we have 2 20 by 40s, plus a car tent, that are all currently sitting in DPW shelving. And those are really deep shelves that they've got that wouldn't work in that room, so.
Why do we
there are
need to
some-
put that, I mean, isn't that
Well,
used
that's
by
part
other
of-
people other than
no.
us? Why, oh,
those
Are they in boxes, or are they
Mhm.
just wrapped? Can
They're
you
just-
stand them up? Like
What, the
build
tent?
something to
I don't
just
know.
lean them up into like a cubby, like,
Well, you kind of wrap them into a bundle, like, so it's like this
Uh-huh.
tall and this wide, and,
yeah.
but they're heavy, so
Yeah.
you don't want to put them high up.
Well, I did ask
How many
Andy
are
if
there?
there was,
Two really big
Yeah.
ones, and then one
And
20 by
DPW will
20.
not store them anymore.
I asked Andy if there was a possibility, he said they're still trying to figure out things down there. He's not giving me an answer yet, but to see if possibly some of the bigger stuff, like the tents and the corn bins and things like that, if they can't, because they're only going to be pulled out once a year. And that's the corn roast. So, I mean, to have those in there, it's more of a cluster to have that all down here. So I asked him, he's going to consider it, and then he'll get back with us about whether, if we can have some space in the DPW garage still.
The
Just not
tents
for
are-
everything.
We could use the tents more often if they were,
Well, I'd
potentially-
probably like to use
Right,
them
for
for the
5K,
5K.
And some of these other
We have
things that we want to do in
that,
the park, and that
so.
would be a convenient thing. The half barrels, I don't foresee us doing a lot of other grilling.
No, just
the corn roast.
exactly. So I asked if some
that's
of the stuff
one-
could stay
And
there.
that's the one thing that really sticks out to me. Part of that is part of the thing, some of the stuff, since we just don't have easy access,
Mm-hmm.
we don't use it, because it's sitting on a 20-foot shelf.
Well, Andy's thinking about what, he's going to try and see what he can do to work with us to keep some of it in the garage. We've only occupied it 30-some
We could use
years.
the coolers and stuff like that more often, and things
Yeah.
like that, for sure.
So anyways, that's the plight that Tabitha gave me today, that don't plan on putting it back in. If we don't have shelves, it goes in anyway, which means, and there's no key yet to get into. And you figure we're gonna lose 8 inches anyway, it's 20 by 30, but the bricks cut off about 8 inches.
We'll have plenty of space just for the corn roast stuff
Yeah,
to fit in there. It's then a matter of
the freezer's gonna be there.
getting out the Snacks with Santa stuff, the Easter stuff, and all the other things that we don't take with us, the fishing stuff, all that stuff stays in there for the corn roast. It's a matter of, once we bring all that stuff in there as well, plus everything else. will
Okay,
it
so
fit
how does
effectively?
I
anybody
would
wanna?
think that the tent would be one thing, but I would think those big things, how they cook the corn, that he might want, see if we can convince him to leave that part with the
He's,
two
well,
people.
he's
Right.
thinking about it.
I
mean,
agree.
Seeing that we use all the other things, we're going to use them, and if we're the ones that need them for the, the bunny or the, kitchen,
Well,
Christmas
Andy's,
Eve.
he's
That
gonna
makes sense.
talk with everybody down there and figure out what they're gonna do, because they're still not sure what they're gonna do. And then once they decide, then they'll let us know as to whether we can steal a corner.
I mean, there's
So-
a good amount of space back there. I mean, what we need to store back there, it's not
Is
a
minimal.
lot.
Okay, so how do you wanna table this then with the shelving
The bins are
width?
easy, the bins we need, for sure.
The bins we
'cause
need,
they're-
but-
You're absolutely right, the current bins, a lot of them are really bad shape.
They're nasty.
They're just cracking and things like that, but the public would like to tell it.
Well, then
Public
we,
would-
The public.
oh, I'm sorry.
Uh,
I'm
motion-
sorry.
I motion to open the floor to the public.
Oh, what do I do?
I would just wanted to, if you haven't done a clean out, I would suggest a clean out.
Oh,
of that
yeah.
room Before you buy bins, because there are things that need to be purged that don't need to, if they're taking
Even
up
occupy a
space.
bin.
Then I was just gonna kind of recommend, why not buy just
Yeah.
limited number of shelving in bins for now, until we have a better assessment of how much we really need and how much room's gonna be available.
Well, I think it's, if there's a number of us back there, we can knock it out in a couple hours.
There's really not much back there, seriously. I mean, some
I
of
mean,
the
we're
Christmas
throw a
stuff
lot
and
out.
fishing
I'm
stuff is
just
here.
saying a
and-
lot needs to get tossed. It's like gross and disgusting.
Well, a lot of the stuff is all that sand stuff. I'd hate to see that get thrown out because that's a nice craft.
Well,
Well, we'll use that for
we're
the.
trying to use that for
kids'
the cornrows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But I know there's Christmas stuff up there that's nasty, and like, you don't even want kids touching that
So like
stuff.
but there is the weird stuff, like the posts, like that we used at the fishing contest, and then we use
Yeah.
would usually use with Snacks and Santa, and the big tubes and all that, they're awkward. They don't fit on a
Right.
shelf and
Yeah.
effectively or that well.
Okay, so
these-
maybe we should
there's a
just-
lot
We
of-
need to keep those, because
Yeah,
I
I
want
know.
to keep
That's
those.
what I'm
for-
saying.
I don't
We
want to
use
have to
them. We
remake
use
those.
them.
Those were.
No.
pretty-
And
Yeah.
those are great. We use them, we make do with what we got kind of thing,
Yeah.
and we do put them to good use, so.
well, we have all kinds of time to do this room. They're not pushing us to get rid of it here. The
Okay.
DPW is only pushing to get rid of it out of there. So she said we have all the time in the world
Well,
to
there's
handle
a
that.
lot of what's in that garage is like the coolers and stuff, and
Yeah.
those are easy to stack or what have you.
So this isn't
And then-
a hurry.
Are they
thing.
gonna move it for us?
Well, they'll deliver it to the village. They're gonna deliver it for the corn roast.
Right,
And
and then
then-
we'll store it from there.
Well, that we'll talk at the
Don't
corn
be-
roast
So-
scenario. That's another thing we'll talk about at the corn roast, about who's going to deliver. Okay, so where are we gonna do with this then? Just purchase a couple shelves and some bins, nothing, wait, and I need an idea from everybody before I just make a motion. Everybody's kind of up in the air about it, but we need to make a decision one way or the other. Yay, nay?
I mean,
Put it on
I
hold.
guess
I'm
my
not.
question,
I mean, we gotta do that.
I haven't seen the tents. Do you think is it gonna be some kind of shelving that we can purchase to put the tents on? Because that, to me, that sounds like the imperative thing. If those are some of the things from the corn roast that are coming
think so.
in,
I-
that need to be put shelving.
I would personally recommend, just in my opinion, some kind of like a flatbed, like that you get at
Mm-hmm.
Home Depot,
Yep,
and you can roll around, and that way they could just roll right out of there.
they could roll out of there
And
and sit on
That would be
there.
probably the best thing, the easiest thing, not for everybody, because that way you're not having two people try to drag them out and stuff.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That would
See, I
keep it
haven't
simple.
seen them, so I don't have a very good
Those
concept.
posts are as long as this whole thing, like, they're long.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not the metal posts that you stake them with. They are
Or you could either come along them on big hooks on the side of the wall, but then you still have to come along them off, but, okay, so, again, where are we at with this?
I mean, I think
We're swatting the ball back
we
and
have,
forth, but
I
it's
think
not
we have
landing.
space, I mean, we'll have no problem putting everything in there. It just won't be perfectly organized. And it might be a matter of, and also in this window that we're gonna have to put in the shelves, we wouldn't really have it, because we wouldn't get approval till the 8th, at the earliest anyways, to purchase them. And then the corn roast is on the 11th.
No, we already have permission, Mike,
No, we still need to make, this is still a capital, you still have to get approval from council to do that, so.
I thought we had that, because I
Not
went
for
to
the
Mike, and
shelving.
Mike said we could just
Mike-
purchase it, and then he would find the position as to where
Well,
it came
Oh,
from.
yeah, he says we have the budget, but we need to still get approval to
All
spend the money.
right, so let's make a motion to council, something. We know what we gotta do, we know what we gotta have, but we still don't know where it's all gonna go. Now make a motion.
I mean, the fact is, we haven't even been in the room. That's part of the
Right,
problem.
that's
We don't even
what
know
I
the-
think, I mean, unless
Time you get the
somebody's got
freezer
a
in, maybe you're only
scale
gonna be able to
drawing.
put 7 shelvings
And the
in.
That
countertop
we
takes
can
up room,
look
it
at.
could be a spot, because that doesn't fold up.
I mean, we can just put
I think what we
everything in
make,
there.
what we've ought to
Yeah.
do
I think
is
we
just
should
wait
put
till
everything in.
September's
I
meeting.
agree. Let's not
I think
rush
it'd
it.
wait
No,
for
no,
now.
this is like
Rather
weeks
than-
away.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
rather than trying to cram this all in with, then we have 3 weeks from the corn roast,
Yeah.
I think it would make sense to, we.
Well, I'll try and get
just
Keith
get in
and
the
go
room
over and
check
figure
it
the
out.
measurements. It's 20 by 30
And
minus
it's
8
beyond-
inches all the way
it's
around.
beyond
because
just
of
the
block.
measuring, it's also just the
Mm-hmm.
spacing that you need to, if we're gonna use that concession section, we need to have space for people to be able to move around, and function, so.
So we'll table
those
the
kinds of
shelving
things,
until,
yeah.
When can we get in there and look at that?
I don't know.
I
I
asked
guess
for
it's
the
part
key.
of, I think
Floor's been
we
done
have to
yet.
wait to find out how much, where they're gonna put the freezer, where they're gonna,
Yeah, they're gonna need to put
But it's
a
gonna
new
have to
outlet.
be with a
So,
plug, so
and
wherever the
again-
plug is, if it might go to the back
I
against
don't
this
know
wall,
where,
I
I
don't know.
haven't seen any of this, so I have no
No.
idea, I don't have a concept of it, because I haven't been in the room.
As soon as the floor and stuff is done, I don't know, but we still don't have a key yet. She said we may have it, we may be able to use it, and we may not. So I'm not planning on using it. If we do, it'll be a blessing. If we can't, and I'm just not gonna plan on it, so we don't have to try and figure
I
out
think we
struggle.
have to wait
Are
until.
you leaving? Do we,
Any questions before?
I do.
Yes.
Can I interrupt?
Yes,
Because
ma'am.
I'm for the kids' tent, because I know you and I have been playing phone tag. So I have 3 volunteers, that 4 including myself. And then I have beads, bracelet, stuff to make bracelets, and I have journey sticks that they're gonna make, and then we have the face painter.
And the tattoo.
So do you I don't have a tattoo thing.
Oh, no, he's
That's
gonna
the-
be there.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
the
not
off
separate.
and ice
Oh,
though,
okay.
so
So
he's fine.
Kelly, is that enough? How many, like, little areas did you have for the kids? You
It just
remember?
depended on who I had to man them. So
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't make any more areas than I had people
Oh,
volunteer,
okay.
because then I have the activity with no one to
Okay.
give direction. And when I had space to fill, I would get like a big roll of paper and crayons and markers and just let the kids
Oh, that's a good idea.
decorate, you know.
Yeah,
So if you have an empty
okay.
spot to fill it like that.
All right.
You can always put a craft out, a bunch
Yeah.
of things too. I had those scratch off with the wooden stick to make the magical, whatever,
What
shape
is
of an
it?
ant. You get a little stick and you scrape the black stuff off and it reveals like a
Oh,
butterfly
right,
or
right.
a wolf or a rabbit
Yeah.
or whatever.
Okay.
So things like that you can kind of put out, and you don't need somebody to man it.
Right, they can
Um,
just, okay.
They can just do
All
it
right.
themselves and then go, but
Okay.
I definitely had the bounce houses covered with people kind of working in shifts. I had some volunteers from the high school
Mhm.
with that, and just kind of, relieve everyone, give them a break.
Mhm. Right, yeah,
just
okay.
A lot of.
So, did you have, I still haven't confirmed like a balloon artist person.
I
Do you
would ask
have-
Lori, because Lori had people from church that to.
Did we have balloons?
Lori's like,
Oh, no,
Who makes the
I'm sorry.
balloons then?
No, they were, you have face painters.
Face painters.
We
Okay,
have the
never mind.
face painters.
Didn't we have a balloon artist? Didn't they come from
Yeah, it was-
Chamberlain?
We did have some.
I did have a professional lady, I have to look up her information. And then I had a volunteer, it was my neighbor's dad. He used to do it when he was
Oh.
younger for our kids, so he just decided to pitch in. But I only had him for like 2 or 3 hours, and then he had to go.
Oh,
But,
okay.
yeah, so that was, I doubt I can get him back, because he's
Yeah.
a
Okay.
little more elderly.
Well, I've had a few people call me back, and the face painters that I got from the Richardson Center, they have a balloon guy there, but he doesn't want to give his name and number out to anybody. And Commerce Township wouldn't give me the name and number. The face painter wouldn't give me his name and, he's like a mystery guy. So, and he is not calling me, they're not
Okay.
calling me, so I've got to figure out if we want somebody or not. But thank you, I just wanted to touch base with you on how many crafts you had, or
Yeah,
if
try
I'm
to-
missing something.
Yeah,
Because,
try to-
I don't have kids anymore, so I'm like,
But we
you
had
know.
games one year, right?
You know.
Yeah, I did, there are a bunch of little carnival games, like the
Uh-huh.
fishing ones.
Yeah.
There's like a beanbag toss.
Mhm. Yeah,
there's a lot
you
of games
assemble
back
the
there.
Stuff, there's,
There's the bubble thing.
there's, yeah,
There's the.
yeah. I did
Connect
rent
Four.
from Suburban, I did rent a couple games from them, some
Mhm.
table games. Because the ground isn't smooth, like the roller ball one isn't the
Oh,
best, because it'll roll in
right.
one direction and not roll back in the opposite
Yeah.
direction as well. But, there's some more carnival-style games that they
Mhm.
have.
Okay.
And then, I gave out prizes, would be like bracelets and stickers and candy and
Yeah.
little gummies and stampers and stuff like that,
Mhm.
so.
Okay, all right,
Oriental Trading is where I got that
Yeah.
stuff.
yeah.
And then make sure whoever's giving out prizes doesn't, here's a handful, because all the prizes went out one year, like, because people were giving them more than one.
Oh.
It was like, no. So running out of prizes can happen because people get overly,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
the volunteers can get overly crazily giving
Yeah.
them away, so.
So do you think 4 volunteers in the kids area is enough? We're no, I'm not, do we have somebody for the bouncies?
Yeah,
Is
you
there a
have-
volunteer for that already? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think
And
maybe
you're
I'll get a
gonna wanna-
couple more.
You're gonna wanna relieve them, so if you
Yeah.
get any extra volunteers,
Yeah. Okay.
you know, because it's helpful to
Yeah.
have breaks.
Okay.
Well, I put out, I also with our new council liaison, I sent her an email about the cornrows to tell Wixom about Commerce about our cornrows, not that they don't know about it already. Asked for volunteers if they needed, if any vendors wanted to come forth, and that we'd be happy to have them come over and have some fun with us. So that was already placed out. Their meeting is tonight also.
Okay. I know you gotta go. Are you going to build?
To where?
Are you going to work on the outbuilding? For onwards and upwards?
Oh, I'm not building anything.
Oh, okay. I thought that they were over there building, starting
No.
on the, oh, okay.
Oh, there's
But
stuff on the side.
Catch you guys later.
Okay,
Okay,
bye.
it's nice
Kelly.
to see you again.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
I can reach out to the other boards too. With the fishing tournament, Bonnie, she's on the zoning board. When I reached out, she volunteered and helped at that too, so I'll do that too.
Okay, and you had said something about the Masons, and I put
Yeah.
out request, the flyers have gone up, they're
I can probably
you
get
know,
one or
whoever-
two people
The
from
main
there too.
reason for this
yeah.
thing is just to have fun and
Oh,
get
yeah.
together. And, you know, we're not gonna make everybody happy. Somebody's gonna be unhappy, but it's not our problem. You know, we're there to bring joy and happiness and fun and food. And what doesn't make happy with food? Come on, I'm Greek and Scottish. Okay, so anyways, did we ever settle anything about that, about the shelving and the?
We're gonna do that later.
So we're just gonna table it until,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to,
That's too-
all right, we
too
tabled it,
close
that's,
then.
that's cool. Okay, so there's now, thank goodness, no more new business. We will continue on to Tuesdays in the Park, and ta-da, your baby.
I guess we're basically ready. The question I just had is, Mark, are you gonna help bring some of the things again tomorrow?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, thank you. And I'll get the ice, and basically, they're gonna have just the big thing's gonna be the climbing wall. And the kids have to have shoes for that, closed-in shoes.
Okay.
And but Oakland County will be there, obviously,
Right.
watching everybody, and then the nature, and that's about it. So I assume we'll just still do the snow cones and the popcorn like before. And I'll be there by 4:30, because I'm not sure how long, they were told that, Tabitha was telling me that they think that the climbing wall has to be on flat pavement, so they're probably going to have to put it up in the parking lot.
Okay.
Little courts, yeah, we can do it.
So,
What
One of the
what
courts
time?
the courts, they make, that's right, maybe we could do them the side of the courts between the
Yeah.
shelter and where they're playing
That
hockey.
was,
That would be a great area.
half-court section might be a really good area for that.
Okay, and then that way they'll be closer to get the other things.
So where do you want them? Because I'm generally there by 4.
Well, if I remember right, you've got the court where they're playing their hockey and
Yes,
their
ma'am.
and basketball. And then there's like some concrete there between the, those courts and.
Okay,
And
all
the
right.
shelter.
Yes, ma'am.
If that
Okay.
area is big enough, we'll have to ask them how big.
Okay.
From what, I mean, I saw it at Milford Memories, they had that at Milford Memories, but I didn't look to see how far out it, to, anchor it down was, how much room. So we'll be there and we'll have to talk to them. But that's
Okey-dokey.
What time should we get there tomorrow?
I'm gonna be there about 4:30. It starts at 5:30, so if you
Okay.
can get there a little after 5, and we'll just do some of the organization with the popcorn and stuff, get it out. Or if you can't make it until 5:30, that works. That's
I just
fine,
gotta
too.
add it in so I
Yeah.
do it.
He's now got 3 boards to plan.
Yeah.
So, that's it.
Do you need
So
any
thank
help,
you.
with anything else?
No,
or-
I just had to order the spoons for the snow cones, and I got that, and there was more enough supplies left over from everything. So it'll come when Mark brings it.
Okay, and there's
I'll
still
get the
wrappers
ice,
back-
and I already
okay.
have that, the key to go to the freezer, so we're all set.
All righty, okay.
So thank you, that's it.
fantastic job with those things. It's been fun
It's
watching the kids have
It's been
fun.
Oh, it's
It
been a
has
great
been.
turnout,
Um,
despite the rain last time.
Okay, the summer
This
fall
one.
garage sale, Mark, how did the,
It went, people seem to be, I mean, like everybody always, some people did really well, some people didn't. We had a fairly good showing, I think it was something over 40 houses entered, and then more that didn't sign up.
Oh,
but were
okay.
Putting up anyways. I did see a few really happy posts, people saying, no, it was great, I just moved in, got to meet a lot of people, so that's a nice little component to it. But it's a garage sale.
Yeah, from our neighborhood, from what I could tell, there were about 3 of them or so, 3 or 4, and it sounded like Thursday and Friday were really busy. And that was it. I mean, no, I didn't see anybody early on Sunday, but Thursday and Friday were really busy, or a little bit on Saturday, I mean. Most of it was Thursday, Friday.
Did anyone get anything good?
I'm not afraid.
I didn't, so I didn't do shopping.
I did. I don't know about
what'd you get?
a couple gas cans, a bike, some
Oh.
paintings. Yeah.
Okay. A real garage
Yeah.
sailor,
Oh,
all
yeah.
right. Okay, anything else? We'll move on to sea fishing contest. I heard that was a very big success. Please forgive me for not being able to be there. So
We did good. I mean, everyone, you guys were there. We killed it. Like, we did really good. And Mark set it up in the morning, and, first time doing it, so Mark, helped me a lot. Like, without Mark, I would have gone crazy. So,
We
I didn't
had,
know what to...
how many entries? Wasn't it over 60?
It was we counted 70 something.
wow.
72.
I mean, the big thing was the number of entrants the morning of. I mean, I think we
Oh.
had 17,
wow.
which is a
Oh my
lot.
gosh.
Mhm.
And that was great to see.
And thanks
It
for
was a nice
everyone
day,
that
and I
helped
was
too.
at
I mean,
Great weather.
It was awesome.
Really great
Oh, it
weather
was
for it.
Yeah.
And there was definitely a lot of, kids that were really excited and had a good time, and that was good to see. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
It sounds like comparison from the other years that, which helped at the launch, was that how many went to the boats out in the water
Yeah.
to have them weighed, so there really wasn't that much weighing at the
We-
launch.
yeah,
was
that
there?
was
Oh,
probably one of the
wow.
It
bright.
was on
that
the
was-
other, was on the boats.
Okay.
That was
We
probably
had
the
3
biggest
boats.
positives, is there was 3 or 4 or 5 boats rather than 10 or 15 kind of waiting to weigh in at the launch, and so.
It was nice.
Oh,
For
that is
whatever
good.
reason, this year, people were, I don't know if they saw the flags better or what it was, but they weighed in there, and
Yeah.
it worked out really well.
It's kind of frustrating though, with the boaters, some of the guys were just speeding way too early, so it's definitely something that to talk to water board about, because when you got people not obeying the laws, that's kind of an issue, especially with an event like that, so, yeah. It's kind of frustrating.
Yes, entitlement, no.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you again. It was an awesome job. Very proud. Now we will move on to D, the corn roast. Okay. Here's my notes for the corn roast. Okay, so far, everybody has turned in an invoice to, I'm going to say Mike, because I do not remember, forgive me.
Sandy?
Cindy.
Sandy.
Forgive me, Sandy. Everybody's turned in an invoice. The only thing lacking is anything like Penny Lake or Molly, anything you purchased, or, because your face painter already did she entered hers in. We got the Corn did, 2XL did, Chamberlain Ponies did, Suburban did, the face painter, and Dr. Shapiro, he's the nicest guy, he's giving us 200. So, we need to figure out, I don't know, Mark, how we do with but for a donation of 200, there should be kind of something with his name. I don't know, do
No,
we?
well, they set up the tent, so they set up their own little booth, so they're able to advertise and get the
Okay, so you get the
traction
PR
and
for the
everything
200,
else,
okay.
too. So we'll recognize them too.
Okay, so totally altogether, we have, totally just with that, we've spent $4,375.14, although some of that's gonna come off because Suburban needs, Mike told me that I have to give them the tax number, ID number, because they taxed us, and he will not pay them their tax. So,
Oh,
that's gonna take off a couple bucks, but, so that's about our budget, and then whatever Penny Lakes, and our budget was 10,000, so we're more than, and
so
not
I
that we're in it for
have,
money.
I have some invoices that I'll turn in for
Okay.
product that I purchased, but I'll wait till I finish getting that.
Yeah.
And then, so my last one is the balloon artist, so that's gonna be about $350, so it's still within our budget.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and hire them instead of waiting for this Richardson guy to.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you want him, you grab who you can, and then.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, number of people had said they'd given him my number, but
Mhm.
I haven't received any.
So the tattoo artist from Shapiro,
Mhm.
will that be with the kids then?
I don't know. All the years that I was always the raffle, collecting the prizes at the raffle tent. So I never even got to get out to see how the food was handled, because I never even got to have a hot dog.
He'll need to plug in, so we'll have to figure that out, but it shouldn't be an issue.
Okay.
If it's the same guy, and I can't imagine it wouldn't be, because they had a really good relationship, so. But I'm assuming, yeah, we usually set the Berkman Shapiro booth up near the kids area anyways, because that's where they want to be
Yeah.
naturally. And so, yeah, we'll work with them.
And then we have
give them
two
a spot.
vendors so far.
And
So the
everything else.
vendors aren't going to make or break us. And all this is being videoed, isn't it?
What vendors?
I'm not sure. She didn't have time to tell me, but we have two of them so far. But,
Do we have the cookie lady?
I don't know.
The
She
one
didn't,
from-
she hadn't told me who at this point.
Remember that one from Wall Lake? The gluten-free cookie?
Oh, I don't know, I'll see her
And we got the
Wednesday.
guy from the veteran doing the, what does he make? The bracelets and the jewelry?
Oh, that guy?
Yeah, I think he's gonna be
He
here.
usually does, so.
Okay,
His
well,
name's Dave.
like I said, it's not gonna, and I put out a plea to, or a welcome note to Commerce to please feel free to come over if you have some vendors that would like to, they're more than welcome. And then I also gave Paige's email to get hold of her, because she's the one that they have to go through to register to let us know, so, so that,
Some of them just take their time, too.
yeah,
They're not-
and
it's- I
if
told
we
them,
have
yeah,
them, we
what's
do,
the
and if we
deadline?
don't, we
I said,
don't.
you got, you know,
Mhm.
until the first week, it was like of September, basically, so.
Okay, so that's, okay, there's that. The bills are all pretty much taken care of, they're all to Mike's. So it's just a matter of, Molly, whatever, however you, I don't know how you, I don't even know, because I never got up to know how your section is even put together, because I was always at the raffle.
No, that's okay.
So,
Mark and I are gonna meet probably sometime this week, make a list of what I need to get, and I'll probably
Okay.
go this weekend or early next week.
I know there's those red and white check, I think, I don't know what they were, I never got to even have a hot dog, so I don't know what they're for. And there's still some foil things in there, but you guys, thank you very much
Yeah.
for, and you just do your thing and then let me know how, and I will be a roamer, Mark will be a roamer. If we do have a concession stand, if not, you want to roam too, and then I'll get a couple more
So,
roamers.
didn't we at the last, I didn't put on my calendar, don't we have one more meeting that we're gonna get together?
That was gonna be, yeah, today we're gonna say what day we want to get together.
Okay, that was it, I forgot, all right, because it was in the
Yeah,
calendar.
and then we'll just go over and chalk the place off wherever Mark knows. And his mom, if she wants to, she can be the call girl, come on down this way, over here, or whatever. I don't know, that's not right. I didn't mean to.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but.
You're cutting it close there.
I know, I'm thinking, oh geez.
The
Okay.
price is right, ladies.
The price
Wherever
is
they
right,
go.
yes, this is over here. Okay, so basically, we're good to go. I think whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen, it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
People are gonna be out having fun, food, a band, kids milling around. I can't imagine a more fun time.
I was gonna say, for like any parties and stuff that I have for my kids, I'm that crazy mom that gets a shirt made to like match my kids. So I was gonna have, my friend makes all my shirts for me, so I was gonna have her make me one that's like, I don't know. At first I was just gonna have like put a thing of corn and have it say like volunteer Parks and Rec Board, because I think it's important for people to know, okay, this person probably knows what's going on if they have questions, or it's easy for me to spot, or you can spot
Oh,
me
right.
or whatever. So I don't know if in years past you guys ever, this is only my second one being on the board, so.
Name
We've
tags.
had, I've got a blue shirt that says volunteer on it, and I think it was from one of the cornrows. I
It was
think you have
for
one too,
multiple
Lori, don't
events.
you?
I think she used it for Tuesdays and corn roast and stuff like that.
Well, if it's
So
something
are
you
you
guys wanna
saying
do.
you wanna,
Yeah,
she
it
could
is.
make one for us?
Yeah, I asked her and okay.
I want
So
one.
I'll, okay.
Count me in.
I'll email you guys and just get your sizes. Usually she
Okay.
just does, plain whatever color I want her to do, and then we can
Yeah.
just do like an easy design.
Well, it would be nice, and with
whatever.
our name tags, we're visible.
Yeah, okay.
So like what, fuchsia green?
Yeah, so then I
Fuchsia's
thought,
not green.
So now you're gonna have
it's
cash on it.
well,
Would-
so then I thought, do we want to do ones that like we can wear for other events or something, but I don't know, the Christmas one, maybe we dress festive, or the Easter bunny, but it's up to you. Plain,
Why
just
don't
something
you-
that's.
Why don't, I'll let you decide. I'm
Okay.
happy with whatever you get.
Yeah.
Okay, and if you
too.
guys
Me
want
too.
to, we'll, order one, and
Okay.
whoever doesn't want to, but I'll email you guys this week. We'll get 'em
Alrighty, that's great.
together.
That's great,
Okay.
and then we'll all match.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay,
like
so
that
can we pick
idea.
a date, so when we, for our final meeting?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, calendars. Today is the 23rd, so,
It's my brother's birthday. I think it's 11.
you guys do your phones faster than me.
The week of would probably be a good time to do
Yes,
it.
I agree. Gives us last minute. So the 7th? Tuesday? It's
Yeah,
Rosh
works.
Hashanah. I don't know.
Is anybody Jewish?
Celebrating Rosh Hashanah?
No, works
What,
for me.
what day?
Tuesday's fine with me.
September 7th.
Okay.
Okay,
And-
so we're
7
gonna,
o'clock.
you wanna meet it at the Claire Miller, and then, so that we can, so this is
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of more a
we wanna
work
meet it-
session?
We would want to meet a clear, for sure.
So this would be more a work session?
It would be a work session.
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay.
7:30?
Seven time,
7 o'clock?
Yeah, 7.
7:30.
seven.
If you can come at 7:30, come on down.
I'll be there at 7.
Okay, so then we have that. At that point, we may even know something more about our bins, but anyway.
Okay.
It's almost there, guys. Excitement, yay! And then Cody, you can feel free to bring all your young friends, all these young
Of
men
course,
coming around.
absolutely. Yeah, sure.
All right, then, anything more, or we'll go on to E, holiday decorating contest, Halloween and Christmas, Lori.
I see I already picked the dates and everything from last meeting. So I guess I'll get with Paige and Tabitha to get the flyers done. So that'll give us at least a month or so. We can have them out.
Okay. Anything else further? Okay, then next, what's
So,
the top?
did anybody come up with different ideas? But I think we can wait till next month. For the Christmas one, remember we said something like the Griswold Award or.
Griswold
Oh,
Christmas,
yeah, I
yes.
think really for with Snacks with Santa, I'm not doing anything till after the corn roast.
Yes.
So
Oh,
It's
goodness,
just
no.
taking all my thought process.
Yeah, no.
So,
I'm very
I have
thankful you said
nothing,
that.
I have nothing more to add to that.
Thank you, I am so glad, and then your letters to Santa, that's already, you said?
Yep, that's all
That's
set.
all taken care of. All righty, we'll go on to H, new and additional events. Anybody, and you said you're 5OK, you want to do sometime in
I'm
next?
thinking Memorial
Okay.
Weekend, but I gotta get with Ellsworth and see if he'll approve the route that I've chosen.
Okay,
Because really, there would just be one road we have to cross, and that's Big Road, it's Benstein. But there's no side streets or anything, it's all through the park, so.
And block off Benstein for a few hours. Nobody will get upset at all.
no.
For a couple minutes while everybody
The
crosses,
Dairy Twist
and
guy
an
might
hour
get a little
later.
ticked off, but you know what, that's too bad.
Or we could start, I was gonna do warm-up exercises, and the
Mhm.
kids' 100-yard dash will be at Clara Miller.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
So 100-yard dash there with a bubble machine that the kids run through, and then do warm-up exercises and stuff ahead of time with some music for them. And then maybe we just start the 5K on the opposite side over by the Benstein Grill. I'm not sure. I gotta work that. I gotta figure it out.
That's okay. It's in the,
Yeah.
the workings. All righty, so pending visits, anything about Veterans Memorial?
meeting next week.
Okay,
And, yeah, we didn't meet last month, so.
pardon me?
We didn't meet last
Oh,
month.
okay.
But the benches are in, so finally. Took
Awesome.
good 3 months or so. So we're gonna put those together and then install them.
Okay. Alrighty, nothing else, and beautification, Amenia is all done, I am very, very pleased with the way all those, if you, I don't know what you guys think of it, with all the, like the lavender and the butterfly bushes and is it okay? I mean, okay, because I'm going to this fall, I'm gonna take a pod from each one of the, because there's 3 varieties over there. And I'm going to winterize them again like I did to get that thing started, to go over to the Terry one. And the one at Clara Miller now looks really like a kind of semi-butterfly garden, because the milkweed took off there. I was very, very pleased. If you guys think of anything else you want in them, but I know there's some bee balm over there at Amenia, and there's some lavender, that's the smell you smell when you're over there. And then those plants will be able to be divided possibly next year to put over into some of the other butterfly gardens. So everything is, it looks nice, it smells nice. And then after the corn roast, I'll get with Mr. O'Brien, Councilman O'Brien, and then anybody who wants to can come and help dig up the orals, and we'll put them in the different planters, and if we have a nice fall type cool, it should be able to, they're already established, so we don't have to worry about new plants. It'll just, and then hopefully next year we'll have beautiful Stella de Orals around all the plants, and the butterfly gardens over there, and I'm really excited. It's taking time, but it'll be it's things that can be used and taken elsewhere also. It's not just a one-shot deal.
So right now, are we just concentrating on the major areas like the Village here, the Glengarry and
Yes, ma'am.
Commerce, and then at Clara Miller Park, right?
Right,
Those
yes,
three.
ma'am. Yep, those would be the, we have 9 of them, but Amelia's got most of them. Those 2 little ones, we'll figure out something there.
But I
Somebody
meant-
already,
I'm sorry, but I meant, like the signs like near Kaya, at McCoy.
Right,
and
those
all
are the ones that are
When are we
next.
gonna, all right,
that'll
till
be
next
this,
year?
well, no,
Or
this fall, I'd like to take some of the hostas we have back here that I took from all the other planters. I'd like to take some of those and put them in some of the gardens. I'd like to take some of we have all kinds of daylilies back there. Any plants that are in the village, they're all back
So
in the
we,
burn.
I got it, so we're
we've
just gonna
got-
divide them and
we're-
put them in?
Yes, they just
Gotcha, okay.
needed to be divided, and then I wanted day orals because those are so beautiful and so robust. And then Councilman O'Brien said that we could come and have his if we split them, and we'll take our share and leave his all nicely done up, and then we don't have to spend any monies.
Yeah.
So that'll be after the corn roast when that happens. And anybody who wants to come and dig. Because then after we dig up, we gotta dig down and put them back. But that's about beautification. It's gonna take a while, and hopefully by next year, we'll have something with the DPW with watering. Hopefully.
Or it'll just rain like it has all summer.
You know what? I know.
Don't say that.
No, seriously, we could have had the
Could've done it,
planting
yeah.
with the
That was
rain,
like
with
the
no
first-
DPW, yeah.
This would have been the first week we've had a water in 2 months kind of thing.
Oh, yeah,
So-
that reminds me too.
That was for.
Back up one step, corn roast, forgive me, pardon me. Andy will not be able to work the corn roast, so it'll be Todd.
Okay.
It generally is a one-man person,
Usually
so
is.
it's not anything, but he's not, Andy can do it, but anyways, I told him any ways that we could help, to be of help, to get it accomplished down there,
Just you
we
do.
would, to let us know, and we'd be more than happy
All you
to
gotta
not
do-
throw it all on Todd.
All we gotta do is
So-
review with Todd what we need, like what
Right.
time he needs to show in the morning. Because we'll
Yes.
load up the truck the day before.
Yeah, he
And-
said, yeah.
And then we're just making sure that Todd knows what time we need him there so we can unload.
Yeah,
and
Andy's
start
gonna work
setting
with him
up
on
and all
that. But if he has problems, I said, Andy, we're not
And
gonna
then, yeah,
leave the
so
guy. I
otherwise,
said,
it's just
if he
it's
needs help, we'll be down there
pretty
helping him set up the tents. If he
simple
needs
job.
help, we'll,
Well, the tents they'll be setting them up that day too, on Friday.
yeah.
so.
And, and then Andy's gonna do the orange fencing.
Yeah, we'll work with them on that, like I said.
And then, so basically, it's all
We'll do
set. We
that.
may have to jump in a little bit. Gentlemen with your muscles. Okay?
Let's do it.
I promised Andy we would help Todd in any way that if he needed help, we wouldn't let him.
Yeah,
And he
we'll
said,
take care of
"Thank
him."
you."
Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to tell you what the promise I made.
Like I said, whatever is needed, I'll do it.
Okay.
I'm just there, this is my first time, so.
Alrighty, so, and we already discussed Amelia Park, and this, there's, Mark, do you have something to do with the equipment or anything?
Still waiting, so.
Okay. Okay, and fitness equipment to Claire Miller, update, anybody? Mark?
Nothing there.
Nothing there, okay. Okay, and I must admit, I am pickleball.
I did talk to someone I met at the Glengarry, and he was happy about the paint. Or the,
Pardon
not
me?
the paint, the tape that was laid down. So he said, he plays on like Wednesdays, he was telling me, so he was really happy about that. So, good feedback on us from that.
Well, you know, it's new. It's possibly up and coming, and then again, too, it may be a fad that may fizzle.
Yeah.
You know, so before anything majorly gets done, we need to see if it's a tried and true thing
Right.
that's going to stand the test of time before any major amounts of monies go out to.
Oh, for sure.
Well, I tend to think that it is, because I talked to a number of people that approached me about pickleball, that they play big time. It's
Yeah.
huge in Florida, and a lot of these people go back and forth. And he said, two people asked me like this past week, why don't we have pickleball courts?
Well, if you want to.
And I'm
see-
like, well, we already have them. You can go
Yeah,
and
we
play.
do.
Well, there are pickleball courts. They're in every
Right.
high school. You
Well,
just have to
you,
go, but they don't like
Well,
them.
they all live in the village, and I think it is, I don't think it's gonna go away. I think we need to get with the times
Well, they
and
can-
prepare for it, whether it's this year,
Well,
or
it's gonna be
next year, or
taxes.
a couple
It's-
years.
We're talking taxes.
Uh,
Well, I'll
Gilbert-
tell you, my taxes went up on my house enough to pay for the pickleball court. I'm
I know,
telling you
but I
that right
mean,
now.
I know, taxes are
Well,
gonna be
that's-
going up,
that's-
budgets have been
We haven't
cut.
even heard about the
Yeah.
grant yet, so.
No.
No.
I mean,
But
that's-
anyway, I don't think to
So-
just, it's not gonna go away. I think it's a huge sport. And I don't think we can just say, sit and wait. I think we really need to be proactive and plan for it. That's just my
Yeah.
opinion.
Well, if you want to see a pickleball court, Gilbert Willis put in some courts, and that's in Wixom, and right near us.
Yeah.
So if you're actually curious what an actual pickleball court looks like, as opposed
Yeah.
Yes.
to one being implanted in a
Yeah,
tennis
that's
court.
kind of cool.
Um,
Gilbert Willis.
I'm
So
almost
you can
expecting
check them out.
Commerce. They've got
Yeah.
the,
And
they've
then
got the
Commerce has
plots.
a lot of space. that they
Yeah.
can do,
Commerce
too.
has space to put
But-
them, we don't.
There's just, yeah.
I didn't know
That's
much
part
about
of
it,
the-
and he was like showing me like the courts and stuff and
I
how
don't
it
know that we
works.
don't have the
It's like-
space. We have those old abandoned horseshoe areas
Yeah.
that are just
They
sitting
don't
there.
have horseshoes or a post.
Yeah, I mean, whatever the backboard
Yeah,
is.
they just have the board.
I think there is room. It's just whether we want to go
Yeah.
through the expenditure of creating it.
Yes, that's gonna be the big part right there.
Yeah, and I agree, like, it's kind of like, if there's enough of a demand, yeah, look into it, but at the same time, it does cost money, so it's,
We're not talking a grand, we're talking
Yeah.
20,000 probably,
Yeah.
or something. More than
Yeah.
that.
How much?
I would guess it'd probably be $10,000 to $20,000 to install a court at least.
Yeah.
For a court, yes. We're not talking a
So-
four-court court.
yeah.
Those are not cheap, and especially this time of year. But again, if we get the grant, we
Then-
know our
right.
road for a little while at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's kind of,
Yeah,
that's gonna
it's a
be-
it's a
Right.
thing for the future, but as of this moment, it's
I
nothing we're
agree.
going to really put any money into.
Exactly.
You know, I mean,
But it's nice that they did tape the courts, like you said.
They were happy about that, so that's a step in the right
And
direction.
there's a lot of people play. I mean, I ride my bike often, and there's always somebody on that court.
Yeah, that's what he was telling me. I don't know much about it, but they
Saturday
were happy
morning,
with
I
what
rode
we
my
did,
bike,
so.
and there were a number of people sitting on the bench waiting
8
their
people
turn.
can play at a time.
Yeah, there was
Right.
plenty there.
Actually, more than that can play now with the paint, with the tape courts. You can
Yeah.
get up to, because you usually play doubles, so you can do
Mhm.
16 people.
Yeah.
On those
Theoretically.
four courts,
On
on
those
those two
four courts,
courts?
on
We
the
just have
four.
2.
We have 4, because we have the 2 taped, and then we have the 2 regular.
Oh, okay, I was
So-
thinking just the one on the Wakedo.
If you-
I forget
just
about the
on-
one at
just-
the.
No, just on Wakedo, just on that Wakedo spot, the tennis courts. You have the 2 that were painted years ago, and then you have the 2 that were taped in this year. So between all those, because they have the temporary nets they bring, Yeah, you could have potentially 16 people playing at once.
Okay.
So
Oh, they have temporary nets they're using?
they bring temporary nets for the 2 taped courts, yeah.
They've got it taped off.
Yeah, so they just need the net.
There you go.
Otherwise, you have to use your imagination, which would be just weird.
Right.
Well, I know it's all free at the high schools and stuff, but they don't like it because it's not, like our court is all,
Well, I don't
Locked
think,
in.
yeah, our court actually has it painted on, while the high schools don't have,
well,
they
and
have
it's
tennis
not so much
courts.
that, their
They don't have
courts are more
pickleball
wide
courts.
open,
Well,
they have to
again,
chase their balls.
They have tennis courts that
Right.
have no pickleball painting. We have tennis courts with the pickleball lines also painted on there, so it's dual use. And
they're-
then we added
yeah.
the 2 tapes.
And then
So-
their fencing is spaced more further apart, so they're having to run to the acres to get their balls to come back. Whereas ours, the fence is right there, it stops it and they pick it up. But at the schools, anyways, we'll just, it's, it's an up and coming, maybe possible, so that's where we'll leave that. Anybody, okay, planning? Nobody, okay. How about council? Mark?
The new treasurer started last Monday and has been shadowing Mike Kondak and learning the process and everything else.
Great.
So that's good. The village did make a contract with a professional firm for cutting the larger, massive trees that have fallen and things like that. So slowly but surely, we're working on that and getting all that done. I don't know if you guys knew, this room actually got water in it during
Oh,
from just a couple of months ago in the big storm. Yeah, so that happened. But as you can see, everything was cleaned up nicely in here. And, yeah, that's probably the main big thing was the treasurer hiring. And of course, everything we submitted went through. Yeah. That's about it.
oh, good for her. What'd you say her name was, please, again?
Sandy Cho.
Sandy, okay. All right. Okay, Commerce Parks and Rec, we don't have anybody here tonight, but again, Catherine Duff, Mrs. Catherine Duff, she will be our she will be our liaison to Commerce. She was appointed, so we may have, just as Linda used to be, she may be a part of ours. She couldn't be here tonight because their meeting was tonight. So, so thank you for her. There's no public. Any comments from board members?
There was one thing, if we can go back
Sure.
to the work session, I didn't mention it then and I apologize. Could we move it from Tuesday at 7 to Wednesday at 7? Is that possible?
No.
No.
Not for me.
Not for me
Okay.
either, yeah.
Ah, okay. All right, that's fine then.
Okay. So our next meeting will be September 20th, other than the September 7th. And then any comments from anyone else?
No, good job,
I'll
everybody.
just throw this out there. One of our volunteers from the fishing contest, she is a village resident, made the suggestion. And I also brought this up with On and Up, because it might be something more for them. But of there being a cornhole tournament.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Cornhole, it's like you take the bags, like with the corn in the bags, and you throw it, and there's a board, and you try to get it in the hole. It's,
Oh, like our beanbag toss?
yes, pretty much. There you
Okay.
go.
You mean like the barge party?
Yeah, so
Kind of the
I
name
brought
for
it
it.
up with Onwards and Upwards too, and they were like, oh, could we possibly do that at a corn roast? And I said, I don't see why not, as long as they handle everything. Obviously not this one, but in the future, so.
Okay.
It might be a way for them to do a little bit of fundraising and things like that too, but, or if we want to do one too, we always could. But it's just, yeah, I thought it was a really cool idea, and, because it's a pretty popular game and easy to set up and do. so.
And did you get my email about a possible, you mentioned hoedown the last time?
Oh, yeah,
Hoedown,
you said- yeah.
In
Yeah.
conjunction with, the Oktoberfest. I don't know, I meant to talk with Linda about that, but I never got around to
I
it.
don't know if it would make sense to do it in conjunction
I think
with.
Oktoberfest is already pretty massive.
Rowdy.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
See, I haven't been, I'll be there helping this year.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
yeah,
I've never
Oktoberfest
been.
is- So, that would be. I
Okay.
don't know, but yeah, food for thought.
For, yeah, sometime a hoedown, because we got the police officer, and I talked with him, and he thought it was a kind of a neat idea, so if we can ever. All right, Well then, I guess we will ask for an adjournment. It is 8, oh my goodness gracious, seriously? Wow.
I motion
Okay.
that we
Right through
adjourn the
that.
meeting.
Shortest
Okay.
kudos to you, girl. I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye,
It doesn't make
no.
a difference.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome, my goodness. Thank you again.
Corey, you know what?